Hi. This is awesome. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. So I want to talk a little bit about where we're at, who I am, who we are. So my name's Josh Bain. I'm the Deputy Fire Chief, San Bernardino National Forest, and we're here for you guys. We're here for you. We're going through this with you. When we come into town, we try to come in as quiet as possible. We try to be as least disruptive as possible and leave just as quiet. It's hard to do. It's real hard to do. But we're here to live it with you. We become an extension of the community. We become your protectors. And that's what we're here to do. So I want to say thank you guys for everything that you're doing, for the patience that you've allowed us. This is a lot of hard work. This is some challenging ground out here. And you guys all know it. I live it with you. I've been on this mountain for 40 years, so I understand it. The fire chiefs in this room, Chief Cerna, Captain Harris, great to see you, buddy. Chief Reyes, Chief Page, it's so awesome to see the community come together like this. We did it in Snowmageddon. We'll do it again, right? So all we ask is just a little bit of patience as we get through this. We got a lot of work, folks. We're not out of the woods yet. We really aren't. And you guys understand that. You've been through it. You guys have lived it. We'll live it again. This isn't going to be the last time, right? But this is why, days like this, why our cooperation, our friendships, the times that we spent 25 years together on this mountain, fighting fire and protecting you guys. So I just want to say thank you for that. And I'll let Kevin and Dan kind of talk a little bit more about the relationships and why we're here. So thank you.
I'm Dan Muncy, the County Fire Chief. Just curious, how many people are from the east side of the mountain? There's always a few. How about here in Lake Gregory? Oh, I tricked you. Crestline, Crest Forest, Lake Arrowhead. Anybody from down below? Couple. Thank you all for joining us. I heard some great things I want to reiterate. First, when the operations section chief was talking, he said the dam map. And what he was referring to is, of course, Seven Oaks Dam. I wanted to make sure that's clear. The second thing I want to reiterate is the poster that is in my office. It is true. It is actually a very funny story, but I'll also tell you that the sheriff is a great-looking man when he's clothed. Now I'm going to get serious. I lost control, didn't I? I'm feeling pretty good tonight. The worst I feel in my heart is getting behind us. Thank you to the U.S. Forest Service. Because whether they fade into the shadows or not, their presence is immense to us on the mountaintop. They make a difference. Whether it's fighting fire is one thing, but it's what they do year-round to ensure that we have one of the healthiest forests in the nation. This forest is important to all of us, and you know this is one of the most populated forests. It's one of the most recreated forests. It's one of the most just geographical wonders and ecologically, and we need what they do year-round. But just like the U.S. Forest Service, I need what you do year-round. Our firefighters had a tough fight. That first day, as we were in Highland looking up, we realized how steep this territory was. It was 110 degrees. The relative humidity was very low. There was no doubt in my mind this fire was going to come up the hill. I thought we had a fighting chance to hold it about mid-slope on 1N09, and by the time the fire got there, it was coming on strong. The fire behavior, what Josh didn't say is we've done more than live and work together. We've been on incident management teams and gone over California. He's type 1 IC. He's a legit firefighter. One of the best wildland firefighters that I've ever worked with. Jason, can you come up, by the way? The fire behavior we saw was extreme. Now, if you've seen me in a community meeting over the last couple of years, if you've seen me on Facebook, I've said 1980. What happened in 1980? Panorama fire. 23 years later, in 2003, what happened? 21 years later, what happened? Line. And if you think you're done, you're not. Our fire season is actually just beginning. What we're seeing here is going to happen again. What gives our firefighters a fighting chance is you. It is you working with your fire safe councils, which are tremendous, listening to what they say. Don't just read the education that they're giving you, apply it to your own home. What it required for us to go into Running Springs was nothing short of a miracle. It is, people will tell you across California, it is impossible to put 21 strike teams into Running Springs as quick as we did, less than 2 hours. It's impossible. But we did it with the help of the incident management team. We were here. Our firefighters are the best in the world. And when I say our, of course I'm referring to San Bernardino County, but I'm also referring to the U.S. Forest Service, and I'm referring to our very strong partners, CAL FIRE. Together, we are a very strong team. Now, I'm going to speak on my own agency for a bit. The firefighters that protect you here in Crestline, Lake Arrowhead, Fawnskin, Fredalba, they answer the call. We put a mandatory, you're coming in. They came in from home. And we're a fire family. Not only the firefighters, but our staff came in, our administrative staff. Our mechanics showed up. We had almost 20 fire engines out of service. And they fixed them all and put them all in the street. We overstaffed. It's stressful for us to put 2 strike teams out on any given day. Last night into Wrightwood, we put 9 out. LA County only put 6 out. Because there's a duty. I'm a Rotarian, and there's a service above oneself, and it's something that I truly believe in. And you as a community, I think that you believe in that. But our firefighters absolutely believe in that. And I can't thank them enough, our fire family, our mechanics, our administrative folks, our fire prevention, for doing what they did. Because when that fire got up on the top of the hill and our neighbors came to support us through this incident management team, we didn't lose any houses. But make no mistake about it, this fire season's not over. I need you to go home, and I need you to support your neighbors. I need you to get on the U.S. Forest Service website, CAL FIRE website, County Fire's website, Fire Safe Council, FireWise community websites. Read it about what good looks like. Because if you're not protecting your property, it's hard for our firefighters to. It'll put them into danger. And I don't want any of our firefighters getting hurt as they're unselfishly putting their lives down to protect you and your property. We're proud to serve you. I'm extremely proud of this incident management team and the collaboration. Thank you.
All right, that's going to be hard to follow. So I'm going to speak on a couple things, but you already heard from the operations section chief, from the sheriff, and the other chiefs. Also proud to stand here. Great words that they gave prior to me. So, but I wanted to talk about 3 things. So priorities, progress, and collaboration. So priorities, obviously, you guys all know what those are. Those are life, property, and natural resources. And obviously evacuations is a big part of that. The evacuations is for life, also for property, so we can get and do the job we need to do effectively. And that includes repopulation. When we make a recommendation for an evacuation, we take that seriously. And the first thing we're thinking about is repopulating and trying to think about how that's going to affect you in your life and how we're going to get you back into your home. And then we go after natural resources. You guys have a lot of valuable resources here. I actually did a little research, so I am not from here, but specifically most populated forest in the United States. So lots of endangered species, lots of values at risk. You guys, how many here have seen the bald eagle cam? I think there'd be a lot there that's seen that. One of the biggest topics we talked about, the champion lodgepole, things like that. All those things are valuable. Mountain yellow-legged frog, all those other things. So we go in that order as we're trying to protect these resources. When we go through that, those are our priorities. Progress. So we've gotten where we've gotten because of all the work from the folks that have already spoke tonight. We've gotten where we are when it comes to containment. We've gotten where we are to make sure that we can save property, life, and natural resources. We have good things on the horizon. With this progress comes hope, right? There's good things that have happened that have gotten us here. We've got good things on the horizon. Look at the weather. We have a change in the weather coming. That's a positive thing. All these things are going to help us in this fire effort. So then we go to collaboration. We've talked about collaboration among all of the folks that have talked. There's collaborators that we're not going to mention tonight because there's so many. But the biggest collaborator that we haven't spoke about, or we spoke a little bit, is you guys. Everybody here is a collaborator in this effort, helping us out and evacuating when it's needed, helping us out to make sure we can get in there and do the job we can to protect life and property. And I want to close with that. Be ready to go in the event that we have an evacuation order that we have to issue, but be confident in the fact that we're doing everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen. Thank you.
I want to take one more moment. I want to introduce you to someone that's very special to me, and he is your mountaintop Assistant Fire Chief, Jason Serrano. We have the easy job. We look over maps and we meet a lot. Jason had the hard job. He was up here in the communities. He was directing a lot of the resources that were here. He was ensuring that the plans that we've worked so hard to put in place was followed. He was up here making sure that our firefighters were supported so they continue doing the work. So I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize Jason. So Jason, thank you for what you do for us.
Okay, at this time, we're going to open up questions to the panel. If you have a question, please stand up, raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone right over to you guys. And please be patient with us. There's only one microphone.
So I'm a resident of Arrow Bear Lake, and last night we lost Keller's Peak Tower, and the fire obviously approached past the peak, which we were thinking it was protecting it. The residents there really wanted me to ask you guys, what's the conditions of Keller's Peak, Arrow Bear, and the eastern part of Running Springs currently?
So Keller Peak, it was destroyed last night. Yeah, it gets you choked up, but we'll rebuild it.